Lawndale Living gets a new look. The ground is breaking for local schools. Sailors from the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln lend a helping hand. Residents are wiping out graffiti. Local seniors enjoy a taste of the islands, and we'll take you inside the new Lawndale Community Center. These stories and more are coming your way as Lawndale Living begins right now. Hello and welcome to Lawndale Living, the show that features everything Lawndale. I'm your host, Anita Callett-Berry. As you can see, Lawndale Living has been given a makeover with this beautiful new virtual set, and we really hope you like her new look. We have also made some new technological improvements that should carry us into the future as well. We'll be featuring some of these improvements in an episode of Lawndale Living in the very near future. Meanwhile, our local area is enjoying a construction boom with 3 new construction projects. Our first project, the new Lawndale Community Center, is heading down the home stretch, and it was our good fortune to catch up with the Community Center project manager, Robert Godfrey, who was nice enough to give us a guided tour.
At this point, as most people will be able to see, we've got most of the building exterior finishes started and getting ready to enclose the building. The plaster system, in terms of its finish coat, has been completed on the south side of the building, the east side of the building, which faces Hawthorne Boulevard, and then the portions on the north side of the building, which fronts 147th Street. In the next week or so, glass is going to start going in, and the building will be completely enclosed. We're standing in the first floor parking area. Certainly will be parking for city staff, storage for certain city vehicles, maintenance vehicles. During events, I believe this will be open to the public that may be using the third floor ballroom area. Currently here, as people will see, it's primarily storage for a lot of the materials that are going to be installed or applied to the building. On the interior of the building, the second floor is pretty much built out and getting ready to start finish work, which would be your paints, your wallpapers, tile, flooring. This would be the second floor lobby. To the outside here is the second floor terrace, which will pretty much be open to the public at all times. There's 2 flights of stairs that come from the Buren Avenue side that feed access to up here, and this will have patio furniture, lots of potted plants, just kind of a nice place to hang out, read a book, have lunch. On the third floor, the drywallers are continuing to finish drywall. They're almost complete with that at this point. At this point in time, what you're seeing is a lot of guys are working on pulling wires for the lighting, for the security system, for those types of things. This will be a large room with mirrored walls, a wooden dance surface, which people could do ballet classes or jazzercise or anything like that they might want to do. To this large multi-purpose room, similar to the multi-purpose room on the second floor, it's got a divider so it can be divided into 2 smaller spaces, or as you can see here, it'll be 1 large space for whatever type of event you'll want. One of the nicest features about this floor is that you have the third floor patio, so anyone who's having an event here will have access. This is an entirely glass wall. It just brings in beautiful exterior light, natural light into the space. The south parking lot is poured, and at this point in time, 147th Street's probably about 30% of the way through its completion. As of last schedule update, we are still on schedule to complete the project in mid-November, I guess mid to late November, right before Thanksgiving. It will look beautiful when it's all said and done.
The new community center is quite the buzz around town, and everyone is excited for the grand opening we expect around the end of the year. And Lawndale Living will be here to let you know when that date is scheduled. Now that the new school year is beginning, one thing you'll notice is our second new construction project. Lawndale Elementary School District officials recently broke ground for the development of a marvelous new classroom facility at William Anderson Elementary School. Our Lawndale Living camera crew was there to cover the event.
Thank you all for coming. It's very exciting to really actually all these months of talking start and break the ground today on our new two-story building here at Anderson.
So this is intended to replace some of those portables. Actually some of the portables that are on the site where the new building will be located will actually be demolished. They're unsafe. We do not allow work crews to go up on the roof even for fear of issues that might occur.
It means a lot to our students because right now many of them are in old portable buildings that are run down and not as up to date with all the new technology that's possible.
So instead of renovating them, again, John decided that we wanted to investigate the possibility of building a permanent building on the site.
The project is going to be 12,000 square feet. There are going to be 10 classrooms that are going to be built, a total of 4 restrooms. There's going to be an elevator, so it's a 2-story building.
Well, we have metal roofs, and also we have a high-performance built-up roof that is very reflective to save energy.
And I also want to say that this building gives us an opportunity to be environmentally sensitive. It is going to be what's called a LEED certified building, which is a standard by which the building and the building materials and the construction must meet very stringent environmental standards.
This will be a state-of-the-art building for our students.
It's to make things better for our students. Because these buildings are so old and they're not up to date, and we just want to make things better for our children.
This will be a wonderful thing to see. It will be a great opportunity at the end of the day for the kids.
We'll be hopefully completing in late August of 2012.
If you'd like to find out more about the project, you can call Lawndale Elementary School District at area code 310-973-1300. And finally, the third new construction project has been initiated by the Centinela Valley Union High School District, where they recently broke ground at Lawndale High School. Lawndale will be undergoing an extensive remodel and modernization. Our field correspondent Catherine Chen files this report.
A groundbreaking ceremony at Lawndale High School marked the beginning of major campus upgrades within the Centinela Valley Union High School District.
For us to be able to take our campus and really create something that will last another 100 years is a very, very exciting fact for all of us.
Lawndale's $27 million project will be completed in multiple phases. Phase 1 will provide students with 44 classrooms and 8 science labs.
You could take the entire football field of one of our high schools and fit it into the project. That's how big it is. It's equivalent to an elementary school all by itself.
The developments will give the campus open and green space, along with some extra perks.
We're getting air conditioning and heating in every single classroom, so this way we have a comfortable environment for all of our students.
The school was kind of dated, you know, like the buildings were kind of old, like they didn't have air conditioning, and it's pretty cool that they're like putting in all these new stuff.
The next phase at Lawndale will include a media center, dining areas, and more classrooms on the east side of campus.
Real proud moment for myself, being that I'm an alum from Lawndale High School, class of '87. A lot of fond memories here.
This is just the first event. This kicks off the district's master plan.
A master plan that includes drastic improvements at Lawndale and Hawthorne High. But the 2,200 students at Lawndale can expect to enjoy their new campus by mid-2011. For HCTV, I'm Catherine Chen.
Remember to keep watching Lawndale Living, as we will continue to bring you updates on all of these amazing construction projects in the coming months. A United States Navy carrier group recently visited the Los Angeles area for the first time in nearly 20 years. Several ships, including the massive aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln, were in town to celebrate Navy Week 2011. How did some of those sailors celebrate, you might ask? That's right, with hard work. And some of Lawndale's newest residents were the beneficiaries of that work, with our Navy men and women lending a helping hand for a local Habitat for Humanity project. A Lawndale Living camera crew was there to record this amazing event.
We are so excited to have Navy Week for the first time ever here in the city of Los Angeles, and for them to partner with Habitat for Humanity of Greater Los Angeles to choose us to come out to do some of their volunteer activities that they have scheduled for the week is just amazing.
Well, we were able to work out a great schedule with the Navy to bring out a reasonable sized crew each day. There's about 25 service members coming out each day.
The sailors that you see behind me working are part of the USS Abraham Lincoln, one of the carriers that the carrier that has come into the port of Long Beach for the week. They come out here of their own desire to serve and be in the community, and also frees them up for the rest of the week to enjoy their liberty.
Humanitarian aid has always been one of our missions around the world, and we're just doing that in one other way today here in Lawndale. We always enjoy working as a team on the ship, so it's no different here. Working as a team to get the job done.
Today I was up on the roof, which is pretty frightening. I don't know how I got picked to be up there. And I helped out with building the trellises for the house and some structural nailing.
I learned how to climb scaffolding and bang a few nails. Learned a lot about applying cement to walls and how to smooth it out. Yeah, I learned quite a bit.
These folks bring a lot of skills and talent that'll help us move this project forward.
Well, it's the first time we're building in partnership with the city of Lawndale, and we're building 2 sustainable homes for 2 hardworking low-income partner homeowners.
We're moving along at a good pace. I think we're a little ahead of schedule for where we plan to be at this point.
Our home should be finished by Thanksgiving, so we can move in for Christmas.
I hope they enjoy their house for years to come.
To be able to help out Candy, who adopted 3 foster kids, it's quite amazing.
I'm so happy that they're here to help us build our home. Who can say the Navy helped build their home, but I can.
Navy Week Los Angeles drew tens of thousands of visitors, and the Navy was happy to see such overwhelming support. And of course, we would like to salute all of our military men and women for their continuing hard work and sacrifice. And speaking of hard work and sacrifice, many local residents and volunteers recently gave up one of their Saturdays and came out to support the city's ongoing fight against graffiti with the Lawndale Graffiti Wipeout. By forming graffiti removal teams and dispersing throughout the city, local officials sent a strong message that graffiti is not tolerated in Lawndale. Our Lawndale Living camera crew has the story.
Throughout the city, we have a problem with graffiti vandalism on public property and on private property as well. We're hoping to raise public awareness about graffiti throughout the city and ask the public to help us remove it. We're asking the public to get involved by reporting the graffiti, and today we ask that they go out with us and help us remove it. So if they take some ownership of it, we can hopefully reduce the public's apathy towards graffiti.
I think the main importance is to get the word out that we're doing this, and everybody that watches it or hears about it or reads about it, you know, that we're making an effort to try to get this cleaned up.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to get everybody involved. Listen, the police can only do so much. We depend on the community to support us and to help us, and this community does, very much so. When we work all together, we have a better percentage and better chance of resolving these types of issues like graffiti.
If they could report graffiti that they see by calling 310-973-3264, that's the graffiti hotline. You can call completely anonymously and just report graffiti you see, and it'll be removed within 24 to 72 hours.
As a citizen out there, if you see somebody committing vandalism and they're in the progress of committing vandalism, what we would like you to do is call law enforcement.
You can call the Sheriff's Department at 310-219-2750.
You can remain anonymous. You don't have to give your name. You just let the dispatch know that that you're witnessing a vandalism in progress. They're going to ask you some questions. You can let them know that you'd like to remain anonymous.
Today we ask that they go out with us and help us remove it. So if they take some ownership of it, we can hopefully reduce the public's apathy towards graffiti.
When you have a plain wall, either light-colored walls, it tends to attract people to put their graffiti art up on it. So by doing this vine pattern, it kind of conceals and it pushes the graffiti artist away from here.
The goal is to fill out this entire block wall with the vine pattern. The vine pattern we put on reduces the amount of graffiti, the amount of space for taggers to tag the wall.
It's much nicer looking than somebody's gang name or their graffiti name.
We've had very good success with it where we have very little tagging once we install the vine pattern. They may tag on it, but you can't see it. And realistically, these guys want to be seen. They want their tag to be seen. If you can't see it, they'll go somewhere else.
We're spending thousands of dollars every year to try and keep graffiti down.
If we didn't have to spend all this money that we do on just cleaning up what the vandals are doing, that money could be spent on the citizens of Lawndale for other things that I think they'd enjoy.
I'm not sure we'll ever get it all off, but the more we remove, the better off we are.
Again, if you see graffiti, be sure to call the city's graffiti hotline at area code 310-973-3264 to have it removed. And if you see graffiti taggers vandalizing a property, please call Lawndale Sheriff Center business line at area code 310-219-2750 immediately. Do not attempt to confront the tagger yourself. Now we're moving from wipeout to cookout. That's the name of the game for local seniors as they enjoyed the city's annual Luau Luncheon. The seniors got a taste of aloha spirit with lots of food, music and dance, as well as lots of colorful Hawaiian shirts. And again, our Lawndale Living camera crew was there to cover the celebration.
Each month we have senior luncheons that have a special theme. And this summer theme is Hawaiian Luau.
Every year we have an outdoor event for them to socialize, meet new people, and have a nutritious lunch. So we do this every August, every year for them.
I always look forward to having our luau because it is so authentic, just like being in Hawaii.
We have an entertainer that comes every year, Island Inspiration.
Aloha!
Aloha!
Hi, we are Island Inspirations, and today we're going to take you on a journey through the islands of Polynesia.
They do a dance routine, and they let the seniors participate. They come out and dance, and they have a good time.
We got about 130 people out here today, and it's just our annual summer luncheon for all the seniors, and with the luau theme and the Hawaiian dancers and all that. So it's a great event. It's nice to be able to get the seniors out here and enjoy the wonderful summer weather.
Lawndale has the best activities in all United States.
If you'd like to find out more about the Luau Luncheon or any of the other wonderful programs available at the city, just give the Community Services Department a call at area code 310-973-3270, or you can visit the city's website, www.lawndalecity.org. And now it's time to take a look at some of the great events and programs coming your way with the Lawndale Living Community Calendar. Well, that about wraps it up for this edition of Lawndale Living. If you'd like to find out more about any of the programs you've seen on the show today, give the city a call at area code 310-973-3200 or go to the city's website at www.lawndalecity.org. And if you have an idea for an upcoming episode of Lawndale Living, or if you have any questions, you can give Lawndale Community Television a call at area code 310-973-3259 or visit us on the web at www.lawndalecity.org. I'm your host, Anita Callett-Berry. We'll see you next time.